with comedian David Boyle, and I'm quitting alcohol. It is Friday. It was actually my kid's birthday today. Happy 4th birthday to my son. Kids don't really give a fuck about their birthday. Just give them a fucking cake and something to open, that's it. Not even a cake, they don't even give a fuck about the cake either. They only care about the candles. Just throw some candles in a slice of bread with Nutella on it and they'll be happy. That's literally how much thought needs to go into a kid's birthday when they're this age. And with all honesty, you really don't even need to buy them a fucking present either. Just wrap up one of their old toys they haven't used in like fucking 2.5 years and re-gift it to them. They'll be confused for a couple of seconds, but then just throw them the bit of bread with Nutella. Eat that. Chuck on a cartoon and that's it. That's the birthday over. I had to go down to the childcare today for the cake cutting, and you get down there and they're not even allowed to light the candles for the kid. And not only that, they're not allowed to bring out a knife to cut the cake. They have to go into a secret back room to cut the cake for the kids. So they bring the cake out, it's got candles and shit on it. All the kids start singing happy birthday, no one lights the candles, everyone's looking around confused, including me. Happy birthday? Is anyone going to light the candles? So they finish singing happy birthday, hoping and expecting the cake to be cut in front of them. And instead of that, the cake gets whisked away. Even I was like, hey, where are you going with that cake, bitch? And you go in there now and the kids are real chatty. And I haven't become better with kids just because I've got a kid. Like, I'm cool with my kid. But the other little rats, I don't know what to do with them. And whenever I go in there, so here's the demographics of this childcare. 98% Chinese. There's 2 Indian kids. There's my kid who's like Egyptian Greek. And there's 1 fucking white kid. And whenever I walk in, they come up to me and they're like, hey, you're Ben's dad. Come over here. He's over here. And then another kid will grab me and start taking me to the only white kid there. I'm like, hey, you little fucking racist. I'm not fucking Ben's dad just because I'm white. And then they're like, whose dad are you? And I say my son's name and they look at me fucking confused. They're like, how the fuck did that happen? And the even stranger thing is, this little fucking white kid runs up to me all the time like I am his dad. I'm like, stay back, you little snotball. I don't know where your fucking dad is because you're always the last one here. And I'm always the second last one to pick up my kid. But I'm afraid you're not fucking coming with me. Now let go of my fucking leg. So it's fucked up Friday again. I think restrictions been lifted pretty much everywhere besides the place I'm living in, where they're going into harder restrictions. Have the bars opened up again where you are? Are people going back to that same pattern of living? Work, work, work. Try not to kill yourself. Friday comes, drink, drink. Start listening to the podcast again. Work, work, work. Fuck the podcast off. Drink, drink, drink. Or are people changing their patterns? Are you throwing a few hobbies in there, like fucking meth? You can get a lot of shit done on meth. In the early days you can. If you're going to take meth to get things done, do it in the early days because it spirals out of control pretty quickly. Anyway, it's Fucked Up Friday and I've got a Fucked Up Friday story for you. This one got sent in from a man, an Aussie man, a fucking true blue Aussie battler. A local from a little town about 50, 60 Ks outside of Chuka. And Chuka is a fucking shithole, so I can't imagine what type of shithole this is. I'm not going to say his name, I'm just going to call him Live Fast. He sounds like someone who owns a jet ski and has a no fear tattoo on his ribs. This is a true Aussie story and I'm going to need to explain a couple of things to you. Because he's written it like a guy who lives 50 to 60 kilometers outside of Echuca. Anyway, thank you for the story. Thanks for your messages as well. I appreciate it. And here we go, Fucked Up Friday. Oh yeah, so he's quit drinking. He's about 40 days in now. There's actually a whole heap of listeners getting some big sober days under their belt at the moment. Some real big stretches from some of the listeners. I'll talk about that another day. I'll get back to the fucking story. So he's like, if I kept drinking, I would have lost everything. I mean, I've been drinking 22 years. It started out pretty good, no dramas, but it just slowly crept up on me. At the start of the year in this smallish town I live in, whenever I went to one of 3 pubs, as soon as I walked in the door, I got the standard, not this cunt again, what kind of bullshit are you going to start tonight, mate? Response to my g'day. What's going on, cunts? G'day, what's going on, cunts? If you're in an Australian bar and you hear someone walk in and that's the first thing they say, you know you're in for a fucking fun night and also a fucking nightmare. It will be fun up until 10:30. Anything after that, it's a write-off. The last straw came a couple of months ago on a Friday night. I knocked off work, bought a box of VB, came home, cracked the first one on the lawn. So VB, it really tastes like absolute shit now. I used to like the taste. Everyone hates the taste of VB. It's Australia's national bogan drink. People with mullets and bikies, low lives, low breeds, animals drink it. And I drank it all the way till the end, but then VB got sold to some fucking South African company, and the South Africans put some preservative in it and dropped the alcohol percentage from 5.1 to 4.8, and it tastes like shit. So I had to give up VB in the end as well. That's not what I was drinking in the end. But I held on to VB like it was a fucking badge of honor. And it sounds like this bogan did too. So the last thing I said was, he cracked the first one on the lawn. The missus came home, so I talked her into taking a photo of me naked on the front lawn. All good, I was feeling good then. A mate came around, we all sat out the front drinking pretty normal until about 6 p.m. when I got nude again, got in my Hilux and ripped a skid. Alright, he's got a Hilux, which is a ute. I don't know what you call them anywhere else. But it definitely means he's a tradesman, semi-successful. He may have even had a small business himself at one point. He's on the tools. I actually know what he does. He's a fucking plasterer. And if you're white and you're still a plasterer in this country, you really did need to stop drinking a long time ago. And a skid is a burnout. I don't know why he said skid. Skid is something you do on your BMX. I did a mad skid in the wet. So the other neighbour came out and abused the shit out of me, in which case I lost my shit. Mind you, I'm still naked with a VB in my hand. Everyone had the shits with me. I couldn't understand what was so wrong. Later on in the night, I got into a bottle of Jack, grabbed my baseball bat, and went door knocking in the neighbourhood. Thank fuck nobody answered a door. I was naked again and ready to fight. Cops came and it was downhill from there. Woke up in a cell naked in my hometown. I felt like a real fucking winner. Knew it was time to give up the booze, and here we are. I won't drink again unless I'm dying, in which case I'll pre-warn the neighbours. How do you get home from that? If you're naked in the cell, how do you get home from that? So did they just drop you back home nude? You're in the back of the police car nude on your way home trying to make small talk. Who do you go for in the footy? Yeah, just right up here, mate. Just right up here. It's the second one. Yeah, just behind the white car here. Cheers, mate. I'll see you later. And you just jump out fucking nude. Go back to your missus. Fuck, babe, that was a wild night last night. That cop is a good guy, though. Goes for the Bombers. Just casual as fuck. Anyway, thank you for the story. Thank you for sending it in. The rest of you, keep sending in your fucked up Friday stories. Send them into Boyle Comedy on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Have a good weekend. See you the fuck later.